Welcome, everyone, to the semifinal game of Noxus Cup. This is going to be a banger of a game. On the blue side, we have Team TRC, and on the red side, we have VOI. This is, as I said, a semifinal match, so whoever wins this will go to the finals, and whoever loses this will fight for third, fourth place. As always, I am your play-by-play commentator, Chingys, and I'm joined by my beautiful co-caster and color commentator, Boogeronfire. How's it going?
It is going great, Chingies. This is going to be an exciting one. We have two very different comps clashing at each other, and it seems like we're going to have a little bit of a river a dance just right here.
Looks like the set
Oh,
is walking into the river, but does Team TRC even know Victor is in that bush?
don't think so, Chingies. It seems like they are all trying to make sure that this blue sign fate doesn't happen. As you've seen earlier, the Noxus even went with them to ensure that nothing too suspicious happens. And it does seem like they're all gonna back off, go back to the lanes, and yeah, just basically gonna start the game as normal as expected.
Yeah, it looks like a very standard start. Bot lane for both sides leashing the respective buffs. We can look at the draft here, Boogeronfire. What do you think about each team's drafts?
Yeah, I think that I think on the blue side, we have some nice synergies going on there with the whole Sejuani having the passives for Set and Garen to like help proc it faster. I think that's gonna be really nice. Whereas on the red side, it is just gonna be scanning throughout the entire team. You got the Kaisa, you got the Nasus, you got the Victor, and then you also have the Lulu to empower the Kaisa and Nasus for later on. So I think we have some nice synergies going on for both sides of the team, and it just comes down to who can get ahead earlier.
So it seems like Team VOI hit level 2 first, and this is going to be a pretty hard punish. Oh, but a great
Oh,
haymaker from Kyle on set in order to trade back harder.
yeah, and I think that the Sora and Cold Link thought that they were going to get away with a good trade, but then when Kyle pulled the haymaker, all of a sudden it just went right back to their favor. So I think that's going to be something that VOI got to keep in mind when tuning these bot lane trades.
Yeah, I think that currently, because it's a double range bot lane, that VOI should have the advantage here. But remember, it is a set Senna bot lane, and this is a farming set, as we can see with the CS scores, as we have a big trade at the top lane.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a little skirmish going on. Felix is establishing his dominance over Katon. And we're going pan back to the bot side. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a poke trade going on there.
Yeah, so I was just talking about earlier about the Senna set. I was thinking that because of Set's passive and Senna also with her Q heal, I feel like as the trades go longer and the laning phases goes longer, the Set and Senna will have the advantage over the Kaisa and Lulu. You can see right now that the Lulu actually has very little mana right now, as there is a little bit of hovering from Booger on the top side, but it looks like it's going to be recall.
Yeah, probably just update to make sure that there's no intervention from Skarner, making sure that this Felix has all the rain in the top side. And yeah,
And
just want to.
it looks like it's been working because Felix has a 7 CS lead right now over Nasus. If I were to compare the rest of the board, most of the CS looks pretty similar with the exception of top lane.
Yeah, that's right. And we're gonna have a little bit of a gank in the mid lane. Probably just, making sure that they are going fine. But we see that Katsu has been chunked out just a little.
Oh, Ignite was dropped from Felix, potentially to push
Oh.
out the Nasus. And Skarner is nowhere near the top side. I think this is actually very good for the Felix because Felix's Perseverance passive on Garen will allow him heal up, whereas Nasus will. Oh, there's a gank in the bot lane, and
Oh,
Kyle with the good haymaker into face
Haymaker!
breaker. And that's first blood for TRC. Will Kyle be able to
Oh,
get out? Great exhaust. And the Skarner flashes away. I think there won't be any additional kills, but this was a great 3v3 action in the bot lane. TRC coming out with the advantage here.
that's right, Chiggies. Oh man, it did seem like the Skarner wanted to go for that lane gank, but you know, Boogeronfire was there at the right time, charged in. Solus was like, ah shit, gotta get out, but couldn't escape fast enough. But funny enough, it wasn't even the Solus wasn't even the one, it was the Sora dying there too.
And it looks like key summoners were burned on Sora's side, both Cleanse and Flash burned. Kyle also had to burn both his Flash and Exhaust, but considering it's a set, he has a lot more defensive capability, so I think it's a huge W for TRC here. Getting that first blood, and also the sums burned on the specific targets was in favor of TRC.
Yeah, I agree, Chingies. I do expect Booger to come back to bot lane for a repeat gank. Like, no, if they know that Kai's Soul has burned both their sums, should be a nice repeatable gank if possible.
Yeah, and it looks like Garen has set up a little bit of a nest here with the control ward as Chingies is walking up the river, also level 6. Felix is still not level 6 yet, though. Oh, he is now 6! There's a TP coming in. Demacia Justice executes.
Oh, nice.
Victor's coming for the gank. Can he get the trade kill? No, he cannot. Felix gets out.
And yeah, it was actually really good that TRC got the kill on Kaiten before the TP from Taeyeon made it, because if that kill didn't happen, that actually could have flopped right over to VOI side. But you know, good execution from TRC being able to get that kill and getting away before VOI was able to respond to it.
Yeah, I think that the kind of bait that Felix had was very intelligent because the control ward was dropped into that bush so that Nasus or K-Tun could not see the Annie walking up through the river. And because he was level 5... Oh boy, this is a really heavy trade. Oh, and K-Tun does get the solo kill. The Ignite ticking, it will be a trade.
Yeah, it really did look scary there at the beginning. Felix going for the Q even at the health disadvantage, but you know, it seemed like Kaiten took the bait, fully committed, and it traded 1-for-1 kill there.
And right now, looking at the CS scores, everything is pretty close. As always, with the exception of top lane. Felix keeping that 6 to 7, or actually 8 here, sorry, CS lead over his lane opponent. Oh, and a big trade in the bot lane here. Kaisa uses Killer Instinct to get the shield. Wow, so Sora was actually a level up on every single person in the bot lane here. Oh, and Skarner's chilling nearby. Oh,
Yeah,
looks like he will stay in case something happens. It looks like Kyle face checks it. Oh, the impale from Skarner. But he survives with the Haymaker into the showstopper.
My god.
There's a TP coming from Chingies. Great Glacial Prison from Booger into the Dawning Shadow from Katsuya. Double kill for Katsuya right now. Can they catch the Skarner? Timbers has been dropped. Yes, they will catch the Skarner. So this is a great sequence of events for TRC, grabbing 3 and only trading 1 as additional trading in the top lane once again.
Oh my god, so much action everywhere.
Oh, it looks like Felix did not get the K-Tun into threshold range for Demacia Justice as TRC takes the dragon in the bot side.
Yeah. Just going back a little there, that was a nice attempt of a gank from the Solus from VOI, trying to get the pick onto Kyle, but just wasn't able to kill him fast enough, which did cost him big time because it allowed Kyle as a set to be able to use his ultimate, use his E, use a face breaker, haymaker, and it just fell apart afterwards since VOI lost 3 members afterwards. But saving grace for them, top lane fight went to their favor as Kaiten was able to get that 1v1 kill on to Felix.
Yeah, like they burned VOI burned so much on Kyle in order to attempt to kill him, and even though they burned the majority of their most threatening spells, he still did not fall. He was able to get that haymaker, like you said, that big shield, and then the showstopper on Skarner in order to deal big damage before he falls. And Katsuya and Booger were able to just clean it up with some assistance from the TP from Chingys.
Yeah. And just to also follow up on that too, they did end up getting drag afterwards as well. So TRC did get the better of the trade if you look at it in the big picture. As yeah, it seems like everything's going back to normal.
And going back, we are a minute late, but this is the gold at 11 minutes here. And it looks like overall TRC is ahead. Yeah, overall, in actually every individual aspect, TRC is ahead of their direct lane opponent.
Yeah, if you look at it like as a team, they have collected a 1.5k gold lead, so it is quite a sizable lead. So we'll see how well they can translate that coming to the mid game. And it does seem like, yeah, there's lots of hovering junglers on the top side.
I'm very curious as to see what the break point here is going to be, as almost every, if not every character or champion right now. Oh, as huge trade in the top lane. Nasus pops ulti and ghost as Solus is nearby. Glacial Prison misses. Felix flashes out. Oh my gosh.
Oh my!
Impale onto Booger. Oh, the fail
Oh
flash.
my god!
That was a horrible flash from Booger here. The 2v2 difference between top and jungle from TRC and VOI has shown. And unfortunately, Boogeronfire was actually doing the Rift Herald and has slain it, but because he had died, he was not able to collect it. And unfortunately, that will be a huge loss towards TRC as Victor or Taeyun comes to the bot lane for a gank.
Oh, the stun!
Killer Instinct in. Showstopper to stall and flash away from Kyle to survive.
That was very good from Kyle, using the Haymaker and Facebreaker to peel off Kaisa away from Katsu on the Senna. And yeah, going back to that Rift Herald fight, yeah, it really was a lot of bad sequence of events happening for Boogeronfire, but
heavy trade
oh,
bot
hold
lane.
it.
Crucial exhaust, Dawning Shadow. Boogeronfire is here on time, and Victor or Taeyun TP's bot lane to get nothing. That was a pretty poor TP as all the action had already ceased. Once again, good timing by Booger to be there for their laners as heavy trading in the top lane again. Just a trade.
Yeah. Honestly, that TP from Victor sucked, as Kobe would say. Yeah, just TPing mid to late after all the action has ended, so it allowed the Chingies to get a free turret plate from mid. So,
And yeah, Chingys' TP will be up again before Taeyun's, and we'll see if he will be able to capitalize on the Burnt Summoner spell. As we are preparing for the next drag here, I believe it's coming in within the next minute or so, or actually less than a minute here. We see Boogeronfire is resetting. Taeyun's grabbing a blue buff. Oh, Boogeronfire actually did not reset because they probably noticed that drag will be up soon. As we see, TRC is walking to river to get vision.
yeah, but it does. Oh, the Skarner back. When drag is up, this. If TRC knows this, they could probably just force the way into the river.
Oh. Sora is grabbing the wave. Or sorry, the ward. As it looks like it may be a 4v4 in the the Dragon River, as we see that K-Tun has TP and Felix does not. So
Yeah,
will
I think.
TRC pull the trigger here or let this go? They have that first drag as Solus looks for mid lane. Chingy's flashes
Oh!
away.
Oh my goodness. Just so much action everywhere. The camera doesn't know which one to focus, just panning everywhere.
It looks like Chingy's unfortunately had to burn both Flash and his ulti in order to dissuade the Skarner or Solus, but Solus still has Impale here. This is not looking very good for TRC for contesting this. And now that VOI has the lane pressure and Chingy's is recalling, I believe TRC are making the call to not contest, yes.
Yeah, and I think it's actually really good that they called it off because
Oh,
if they were to commit, that would have been a 4v5 because Noxus can TP, but hold that thought.
Solus is a bit far from his team. Half health already. Booger lands. Yeah, there's a stun. TP from Nasus. Follow TP from Chingy's. Impale onto Kyle. Oh,
K-Tun made his way.
showstopper. Oh, before he can get the haymaker in, he gets plus 12 on.
Oh,
And the big
double kill
dog
for K-Tun.
came down to bot lane, and it made all the difference. Actually, all of VOI actually came bot lane. This means that the bot lane turret will probably fall, but Felix will probably trade by doing massive damage on the top lane turret as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can, but I just wanted to quickly check the gold difference now, cause yeah, as you may have seen, Nasus has gotten himself a 1k gold lead over Felix on Garen, so we'll see how well he can translate that to his 1v1 fights against him in the future. And yeah, just looking at across the board as well, I would say the bot lane for TRC is still doing better because they have more gold than VOI. But you have to keep in mind that Sora and Cold Link, there are the late game scaling, so gold lead for them at the moment is actually not as bad as you may think.
As it looks like
Hold
we have
that
a
thought.
3-man gank for K-Tun. Will he be able to survive this?
Oh.
He does not have ulti. Yep, he gets completely destroyed. Multiple ultis burned from TRC side. The Dawning Shadow, the Summon Timbers, and Demacian Justice. But it is raid boss K-Tun, so I think it may have been worth it with that juicy shutdown on him.
Oh.
As Kyle seems to be caught out. Uses the showstopper to create distance. Impale will reposition him to his death. As Taeyun gets his first kill of this game.
Yeah, and you know, when one action happens on one side of the map, obviously you should respond by having another play on the other side. So in that situation, K-Tun, because he died on top side, they realized that they had to make something happen on the bottom side, and the person that they found was Kyle. So it ended up being a 1-for-1 overall.
The gold lead is still pretty similar from the last time we checked. We'll see what TRC does to push their advantages. I believe the top turret has fallen, but we are heavily contesting mid right now to try to force this tower. It is a bit healthy though. Will they be able to finish it off? They will. Glacial Prison was used. Oh,
they do get it.
Trading in the top lane. They were able to get the tower.
Yeah,
as Felix is very close to killing Sora.
Just had enough moving speed with the E to get away. So barely living. Had to burn both sums though, so we have to keep that in mind going to future fights.
Well, it looks like K-Tun is walking through red side jungle.
Yeah. Oh, he has spotted Booger. Oh, he's trying to duel it out. but I don't think it's gonna escalate to anything more.
Yeah, as Felix has just reset, so it is a 4v4. But it looks like Sora will get to mid lane first. It looks like we have a very classic NA ARAM going on here, as VOI really wants this mid tower, and TRC does not want to let them have it for free.
Yeah, it's going to be really big if VOI can get the mid turret, because then it'll allow them to establish better vision into TRC's jungle. So they really want to get it and be able to have that ability to just have vision all over TRC's jungle.
And as the third drag spawns, it does look like both teams want to contest. This time, Felix is split pushing bot side, so he does not need a TP to get in range. And Victor, with his TP advantage currently over Chingys, as a bit of action in the mid lane. Oh, flash onto Sora. Sora will die. Glacial Prison crucially used as more
That's a huge
tradition
pick.
on Solus. Solus flashes, Kyle follow flashes, but I don't believe he has any more CC available. But Solus without flash will make it so that contesting this dragon will be more difficult. And Sora also being dead, meaning they are down an additional damage source, means that TRC should be allowed to pick up this dragon for free.
Yeah, that was a great pick from Booger and Chingy to get that kill onto Sora. Since ADC for VOI is dead, they can no longer contest for Ocean Drag because of the man advantage. Really nicely done.
And crucially, the Glacial Prison from Boogeronfire was actually attempting to land on Cold Link here, and Cold Link burned his flash, which made it so that as a pick in the mid lane, Solus uses the Impale on Chingy's. Dawning Shadow comes in to protect. He's actually surviving quite a long time, but he dies to the Cathian Rain. Boogeronfire with the Flash Glacial Prison, but it does not land in time for the stun.
Yeah, I think that was a very good pick from Solus to get that kill onto Chingy's, and because of it, you'll see if mid lane will fall now.
I think that with Katsu here, it should be okay, as... Oh,
But they really seem like they want to...
Yeah, Chaos Storm burned from Taeyun to push this wave in. Booger is
really
quite low, as Felix is using the classic Garen Bush tactics. Here he goes!
You're in the bush!
And it looks like VOI was able to siege mid lane and take the mid tower while this trading is happening.
Yep. Oh, this might be... Okay, never mind. Seems like just gonna back off here.
It looks like VOI can smell TRC on the way and do not attempt to fight them.
Oh, well, looks like they're gonna get top tower 2, unless if Booger can stop it. And I think if it's possible, you can check over Noxus stats, because I think it'll be really nice to see how many stacks he has on his queue at the moment.
474.
Oh, that is quite the big number. If he's able to get in range of Chingy's or Katsu with his empowered Q, oh, he's probably gonna clap someone down to death.
I feel like these team fights for TRC and VOI are going to be very, well, interesting, because both sides have a carry who have long range that would like to keep their enemies at bay. For TRC sides, it's Katsu, who wants to keep them at distance with Senna's increasingly limitless scaling range, and on VOI sides, Taeyun, he just wants to keep spitting out death rays to chunk people. But then they also have very hard committal secondary carries in Annie, in trying to insta burst someone, and in VOI's case also the Sora, who wants to find a really good killer instinct, Icathian Rain, ISO Q into someone blowing up as a potential pick in the bot side here. Good layering of CC.
Yeah.
Showstopper. Chingy's is here now to
Oh.
add additional CC.
Oh yeah,
Oh
this should be a
my
pick. Yeah.
gosh, that was so close. K-Tun almost plus 12 Kyle here.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Booger is being chased by the bot lane of VOI. Killer Instinct
Oh.
burned.
Oh.
Glacial Prison. Dawning
Oh,
Shadow
cleanse.
to shields. Chingy's is on the way. He isn't able to make it on time. Flash burned from Sora. And will this mean that they force Baron because it was a trade for jungle and top lane? It looks like it,
I think it
and
might be.
Felix is pushing bot lane, so he will not be able to join. Will TRC attempt to contest as 3 versus 4 here?
Yeah, and I think the death of Booger is actually pretty big here because it means that the odds
Oh,
of having
CP
the
being used
Baron
by...
secured is much higher. And yeah, seems like VOI is going to get the Baron here.
And we see now the gold lead has swung in VOI's favor here, as it's 42,000 to 43,000.
Yeah, and it really did seem like before the Baron take, it was pretty even. But since VOI has gotten a Baron, you'll see how much big of a lead that they can increase it to.
As the third dragon here has spawned. Oh
Oh,
my gosh! Flash in from Chingy's. Hugify used. Crucially,
yeah.
Taeyun is killed at the beginning of the fight. Showstopper used to create
Oh!
space from Kyle. Oh, Impale is used by Katsu. She was out of position. Oh my god, Boogeronfire just got plus 12. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
and Kaiten looks like he's just trying to play his food, but it seems like Chingy's might be able to get away. Oh, but those
Oh,
have come
another
through.
plus 12. How many stacks does this Nassif have? 564 now.
Oh my
My
goodness.
god.
He is starting to get away with it. And yeah, I think TRC was trying to hope that they can finish drag before VOI was able to respond, but it seemed like they were able to make it back in the nick of time, and team fight really went to VOI's favor. And now they're going to continue to establish their lead by taking turrets.
Flash burn from Cold
Oh,
Link. CP coming in from Taeyun. Oh boy. That is a very fast Victor. Soulless flashes
oh!
in. Return flash from Katsu in order to not get impaled.
And it does seem like they're going to try to siege mid here now. You see, they can successfully do so.
It seems like it'll be a 4v4 here because K-Tun does not have TP. They do get the crucial mid tower as Felix looks
Oh!
to kill Sora
Oh!
here. The Dawning Shadow is able to finish it off as Solus takes the bullet and sacrifices himself for the team.
Yeah, I think that was a very necessary pick from TRC because if they weren't able to get those pickup kills, not only would they have lost the mid inhib, but also they wouldn't be getting the necessary gold to potentially be able to fight back into this game.
It
Yeah, nicely
looks,
done.
yeah, it looks like VOI, his gold lead has now expanded more as we are 2 drags to 2 drags on both sides. Unfortunately, I don't believe that TRC's strategy of Felix on Garen is now able to answer Katun's Nasus as his stacks are so large. It doesn't seem like anyone can really hold him down. What will TRC do in order to keep this Nasus threat at bay?
I think going to future fights, they really have to play front to back. Make sure there's no flank abilities for Sora on Kaisa and Solus on Skarner to be able to flank on the sides. Because I think as long as everyone is in front of them, they should still be able to fight front to back. But we just have to see how well TRC can play towards that fight.
Yeah, and it looks like because there are no objectives up currently, both teams are just farming it out. Oh, and it looks like Felix is going for a heavy trade as Chingy's gets a
Oh!
two-man's Tibbers onto Cold Link and
Oh!
Taeyun, but he also explodes. Oh, Katsu gets impaled again.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
no. As a
Yeah.
3-for-2 trade for TRC has more action.
Oh!
Killer Instinct from Sora. And it looks like this will be the ace here. Plus 12 for K-Tun. And will this be the game? As they do have K-Tun and Sora pushing this inhib. NASA
Yeah, I
stacks
think this might be
at
game.
666, the devil's number. Yeah, this will be the game for VOI. And it looks like VOI will advance on to the first or finals game, and TRC will play for third place.
Yeah, nicely done by VOI winning that team fight. It did look very promising from TRC. At the beginning of the fight, Chingys getting that crucial double tibbers onto Taeyun and Sora on the Victor and Kaisa. But it seems like Katon, Honda Noxus, just being able to spam Q and dance in the meantime, just cleaning up the team, and it led to the victory for VOI.
Yeah, I think that overall, very great game of League of Legends here, as TRC was able to grab the
Yep.
gold lead earlier on, and it seemed like some very crucial picks, some nice team fights from VOI were able to bring it back for them, and obviously the looming threat of K-Tun's Nasus was able to slowly take over every subsequent team fight. So this will be the end of the semifinal matches, and you can join us for the third, fourth place match following TRC. And yeah, I have been your play-by-play caster Chingy's.
And your color caster Boogeronfire here.
Thanks for joining us for this semifinals match of the Noxus Cup.